Welcome back, guys, to Ground Zero, Episode 4 with your boy Cthulhu. Quick recap last week, if for anyone that wasn't here, we went 2-1 again, placing second place, back-to-back weeks. Deck is feeling very consistent. There's just a few things that we need to fix, maybe, so we're not dying to silver bullets like we did last week in the finals, the shifter. So I'll get to showing that to you guys, but before we do that, I just want to go over again something else from last week. I proposed a question. I also put a poll in the community post about possibly rolling over surplus money that we don't use, the whole $10 budget, if we move that surplus money onto the next week. You guys have voted that yes, that any money that we do not spend, if we don't use it on sealed product, we should just move that surplus money onto the next week. So for this week, we'll be starting out with $17 because we spent I rounded up. We spent, I think, it was around $2.80 something cents. We'll just say it's $3 because I don't really want to nickel and dime it. So we'll just say we're moving over $7 this week for $17 total, and we'll just do that going forward for whatever we don't spend. So one thing, in terms of additions this week, there weren't too many. The consistency of the deck, I feel like we pretty much fixed it. We removed a lot of bricks. There's a couple bricks we could probably still remove in the future once we start looking at sub-engines. And then the only thing I really wanted to fix this week was dying to the silver bullets like we did in the finals, like shifter. So in talking about that, we picked up 3 copies of Crossout Designator. They run for about $2 to $2.75 for the ultras from Rarity Collection 2. I think the supers were a little bit more expensive just because of how TCG Player works and people not realizing. People assume the supers are going to be cheaper, so they buy those out without even looking at the ultras. And so sometimes if you don't know, the ultras from these Rarity Collection sets will be cheaper than the supers. If you didn't know, now you know. And then we're picking up the 1 copy of Dimension Shifter as our crossout target for when we play against things like Malice. So let me show you guys what we're working with this week, and let's take a look. Alright, so on for the main deck. Again, not much has changed, just 1 card really has changed. I'll show you guys. So we'll start with the bricks. Still rocking 2 Blue Eyes, 1 Jet. This was working out really well for me last week, cutting this down to 2 and 1. And then we just have the standard 3 Sage, 3 Maiden, and 3 Neo Kaiser Seahorse. For the in-engine spells, again, standard 3 Wishes. Maybe not so standard, 2 Roars. Eventually, when we start possibly getting into a sub-engine with the new rule, this will probably end up obviously getting cut down to 1, but in this version, we're still playing 2 because it does come up. Mandatory, the 1 Mausoleum. Still playing the 1 Ultimate Fusion. The mandatory 1 True Light. And 1 Majesty of White Dragons. And then we are non-engine Pot of Prosperity. And then we're going to start main decking the Called By. Obviously, Called By could potentially be a brick. But obviously, the other, has mostly there to help push our plays. And then if we play game 1 against Malice and they shifter, obviously this, hopefully, we can see this in our 40-card deck to potentially stop that. And then our hand trap lineup remains the same. 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Veiler, 3 Droll and Lockbird, 3 Nibiru. We have the Bestial Magnamut, the Bestial Baldrake, and the 3 Imperms. We cut the Whitestone of Legend for the Call By. Objectively, Whitestone of Legends is a terrible card. But there have been weird niche times where I'm like, damn, I wish I had that card right now, during certain interruptions. But replacing with the Call By should be fine. For our extra deck, nothing's changed here. Still rocking the 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue, 2 Hieratic Seals. For our Synchros, we're still rocking 2 Blue Eye Spirit Dragons. And then for the Spirit targets, we have the Ultimate Spirit Dragon playing 2 of, the 1 Lightstorm Dragon that comes up every game, The black rose Moonlight Dragon. And then for the fusions, 2 Tyrants. Again, another card that comes up every game. 2 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. And for the XZ, the Indigo Eyes. This card comes up more than I thought it would. When we add the sub-engine I'm thinking about adding, there's a possibility I might cut this. Because it might just be very unnecessary. And then for the side deck, this is where most of the changes happened. Obviously, our silver bullet is shifter, so we have to fight back with silver bullets of our own. So we're rocking 3 Lancia. We're rocking the 3 Ghost Ogre. This is the part where I was kind of iffy on, and we'll see how it happens this week. I'm rocking the 3 Bell. So I decided for what we're putting in the side deck, I cut the 3 dimensional barriers and decided to keep the bells instead of cutting these. These have come up pretty decently, and they've been very impactful when they do. So I decided to keep these instead of the D barriers, because I feel like with Raizo Mitsurugi, like you'll call XZs, but then they'll just do the ritual stuff anyway and crack a board. Going first, skill drain. Our time card, the Sunny Pixie. And then the main additions, the 3 Crossout Designator, ignore the rarities. Like I said, the ultras I think are around like 250. And then the 1 Crossout target, the Dimensional Shifter. Alright, so this is what we're rocking. Hopefully, I'm still a little iffy on my exclusion of the dimension barriers, but let's see how it goes this week. All right, so round 1, we play against White Forest Azamina. We win our dice roll. Game 1, I'm able to put up like interruptions like Spirit, Majesty. I'm able to get Jet and Grave. My opponent's not able to fully play through. What they're able to do is they get into SP to banish True Light, which at that point is fine. Because I can use True Light before the banish goes through to get out the Blue Eyes. So I still get bodies on board. So then that's all they're able to do. So then when they pass turn, I'm able just to clean up game really quick. Game 2, my opponent goes first. They don't put up a great board. I am able to interrupt them. They misplay a little, so they end up on like 4 back row, including the Toy Box Continuous spell. Problem is, when I went in, I didn't realize the Toy Box card had a actual like battle phase effect, so I misplayed really bad into it. And I attacked into it, not realizing that it just like sends whatever card is attacking to the grave. So I actually ended up losing the grind game because of that, and I ended up having the scoop. Game 3, we were getting close to time. First time I sided in the Pixie. The Sunny Pixie. We use that to gain life. We end up making a double Spirit, Majesty. We have Imperm. We have Bell. My opponent is not playing through all that, especially with the life point game getting close to time. So they just end up scooping. Round 2, we play against Fiendsmith Bestial Kashtira. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. My camera didn't record. I don't know if it's because my opponent, Lord Sexy Kev, down in the description is just too sexy and like I got distracted. But I'll be honest with you, I remember very little from the game too. I don't remember if we 2-0'd or we 2-1'd. He's probably got the video footage and he'll put it down. So if you follow his channel down in the details of the video, you can follow his channel there. Round 3, we play against Fire King. We win the dice roll. Game 1, we end on a Spirit, a Majesty. He's not able to play through it fully. Turn 3, we're able to clear some stuff. We make double Spirits, so we're able just to negate all like the graveyard shenanigans from when things are destroyed. He's not able to play through that. Game 2, opponent goes first. Must not have had a great hand. It literally opens Fire King Island. I ogre it. He passes. And then I'm able to grind due to being like Spirit Dragon's such a good card against the deck. And then I'm so happy Ghost Bell stayed in the deck because that thing was glued to my hand this round. and it came in so clutch in both games. So we were able to 2-0 here. Round 4, we play against Ryziel. Game 1, I make Spirit Spheres. It gets hit with Ultimate Slayer, sending Belong. So that was GG. We get destroyed there. Game 2, we get Hand Trapped to Hell. We end on the Skill Drain Tyrant. My opponent does misplay to try to out the Skill Drain. So we end up winning there. And then Game 3, I open 5 Hand Traps going first. Or I mean, going second. Opponent's not able to play. I top deck in the stage. He Solemn Strikes me. I'm not able to play, and then he just claps me from there because it's Ryziel. So those are the games. 3-1, second place. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's check out some prizing. All right, guys, just got back from locals. We were able to top again. We made second place again. Made it to finals. Lost again. So we have 3 straight second place finishes. We're always just so close right there for getting the first place finish. The changes we made, I knew it meant absolutely nothing. We played no Malice, so I mean, not that we couldn't use crossouts for everything else. I never sided them in, to be honest with you. But we never did the side out for Shifter. We never played against one Malice, which is, you know, it's funny how that works. Now next week I'll play all Malice if I decide to take them out. But the decision to leave the Ghost Bells in instead of the D-Barriers, which you can go either way, I just ended up being really well for me personally this week because of the Fire King matchup. Like, that thing was glued to my hand. I had it every time I needed it. As you saw before, we went 3-1, second place. Let's get into these packs and show you what we got. All right, so for prizing, we got second place. So 4 packs of Suda. Our OTS, I always open them at the store. I guess I should be opening them on the channel, but I like to see if I get the ultis right away. We didn't pull anything, just the super White Forest card. But I know everyone else opened their packs. I believe only 1 secret is pulled. So hopefully we got our secret in here. So let's start out with pack number 1. Let's see. No secret yet. Another Atlantean Spirit. Pack number 2. More Argo Stars. More just bulk. Pack number 3. Eclipse Twins. At least it's a good super, you know, potentially movable. Even though it's really cheap. All right, last pack magic. Pack number 4. More Argo Stars. Nothing good. Maybe next week, and I'll see you guys in a sec. So unfortunately, not great pulls. It is what it is. So so this week we, as discussed before, we spent $7.55. Rounded up to 8 because I'm not doing change, so I'll just short myself 50 cents. I don't care. So $7.55, $8. So we're down to $9 left over from the budget from 17. So next week we're looking at $19 budget. I am looking at a sub engine now. Finally, unfortunately, the sub engine I'm looking at we're probably under budget by like $1. So I'm going to decide whether I play the sub engine quote unquote less optimally, like minus a card, or if I just forego it for this next week coming up. Maybe just add in a couple things here and there to help possibly this deck with some side deck changes, and then we just roll over the rest to be able to get the sub engine I'm looking at. So hopefully we actually have something different than just pure, even though I'll be honest with you, adding the sub engine might make it worse. Okay, you know how it is. You add other engines, you get droll. It just makes you more susceptible to droll. So we're gonna eventually test that either next week or the week after. I hope to see you guys next week. If you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the series, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the algorithm. You guys have a beautiful day. Thank you and have a good one.